DoorDash just found a way to help you cancel orders faster and at the same time watch you closer than ever. This new in-app cancellation pilot looks like a time saver, but it's really an AI test to see which dashers they should flag. We need to talk about this in-app cancellation pilot that got rolled out to my market. I just got the email yesterday and it's being tested. For years, you guys have been begging for a way to unassign orders when the store is closed or the order was already picked up without having to wait 20 minutes on the phone with support. Well, DoorDash finally listened, or did they? They sent out an email to eligible dashers, I was included, saying you can now unassign these problem orders yourself and get partial pay instantly and then move on. Sounds perfect, right? But here's the thing. By removing the support agent from the equation, we are putting a terrifying amount of faith in AI. And if the AI decides that you're lying, even when you're not, you could wake up to a contract violation. Today, we are going to break down exactly how this DoorDash pilot works, why it's actually a fraud detection trap, and how to protect your account from Big Brother. First, let's look at why 90% of you are going to be tempted to use this feature every single time. And honestly, I get it because it makes your life easier. The email states that for specific issues like the store being closed, the order not being in the system, or the order already being picked up by another dasher, you can now handle it entirely in the app. No chat, bot loops, no waiting for an agent to pick up, and no explaining the situation 3 times to someone who barely understands you. You just click a button, verify the issue, and boom, you get unassigned. And the best part is the email confirms that you still get partial pay, just like you would if you spent 15 minutes fighting with support. For anyone who is multi-apping or trying to hit an hourly goal, this is huge. Time is money. If I can resolve a store closed issue in 30 seconds instead of 15 minutes, my hourly just went up. Plus, the pilot claims that these specific cancellations won't hurt your completion rate even better, right? We all know how stressful it is when you're hovering around for Platinum Dashers 95%, or if you're trying not to get deactivated, 91%. And you have to unassign because the store is literally boarded up and you're definitely closed. Well, this pilot promises to fix that. So on the surface, this looks like a win for drivers. But you know me, you know I don't take anything DoorDash gives us at face value, because whenever they make something easier for us, it usually means that they're making it easier for themselves, and in this case, to track us. Here's the reality of this pilot program. So DoorDash isn't doing this just to be nice to you. They are doing this to feed their AI fraud detection models. When you call support, a human makes a judgment call. They might call the store. They might look at the photo that you sent. But when you use this new in-app button, you are being judged purely by the algorithm. The system is checking your GPS location, it's checking the time of day, it's cross-referencing your report with Google Maps hours, store tablet data, and reports from other drivers. There's so much that can go wrong with this. And here's the catch. The email explicitly warns that inaccurate use may result in loss of pay or loss of access to the feature. But it goes deeper than that. By automating this, DoorDash is building a profile on you. If you are the driver who consistently marks stores as closed 10 minutes before they actually close, or if you mark an order as picked up just to get half pay and leave, well, AI is going to flag you faster than a human ever would. They are trying to catch the bad actors, the dashers who steal food by unassigning after pickup, the dashers who lie about store hours to get half pay without really doing the work. I get that. Fraud is a huge problem for the DoorDash platform. We all know this. But here's where it gets treacherous for honest drivers like you and me. We are putting our livelihoods in the hands of a computer program that thinks black and white, and in a world that is very gray, especially when it comes to DoorDash. Let me ask you guys a question. How many times have you pulled up to a restaurant that Google says is open, and the DoorDash app, it says it's open, but the lights are off and the door is locked? This just happened to me a couple weeks ago. Maybe they had staffing shortage, maybe a pipe burst, water main break, and maybe the manager just decided to close early and didn't update the tablet. In the old system, you would call support because you didn't feel like dealing with chat, or they did have the feature in the app that you can mark it closed, but did you really trust it? But anyway, you send the photo to the closed sign on the door, and then they verify it, and then you're safe, right? But with this new pilot, you press that button, AI looks at its data. The data says, hey, store's open. You say, hey, no, store's closed. Who do you think the algorithm is going to believe? Well, this is the nightmare scenario. You are doing everything right. You are reporting a legitimate issue, but because AI's data says the store should be open, you get flagged for false reporting. You might get a warning. You might get a contract violation. Or if you do this a couple of times a week because your market is messy and you get hat pay every time, they will detect it as fraud, and they could deactivate you for excessive fraud because of this feature. And honestly, good luck appealing that. The computer said you were lying. It's a very hard thing to fight against when there is no human support agent who saw the photo that you actually took of the store being closed. The same thing applies to the order already picked up. We all know that the theft ring struggle. You walk in, the bag is gone, another driver stole it. If you use the in-app pilot to report this and the system decides you are the one who stole it because you were the last one to ping the GPS at the location, you're done. The AI doesn't know you're the innocent party in all this. They just see that you're the one that's assigned to the order. It just sees a pattern of missing food associated with your account. So you're probably thinking, Kim, why does this even matter? Why would they risk banning good drivers? Money. They're saving a cost. Support agents cost money. Every minute you spend on the phone with an agent costs DoorDash some serious cash. By shifting this to an AI system, they save millions of dollars. They are willing to sacrifice a few innocent drivers as the collateral damage if it means their fraud detection algorithm gets smarter and their support costs go down. This is Big Brother at its finest. They want you to self-report so they can track your behavioral patterns without human intervention. It is easier for them to detect fraud this way, too. But it's also infinitely easier for you to accidentally trip a wire and blow up your own account. It's human error, which AI doesn't account for. And let's be real, if you get a contract violation for false reporting because AI thought a closed store was open, are you going to trust the app again? Probably not. You're going to be terrified to report anything at that point. You're going to unassign and then take a hit on your completion rate just to be safe. They want you scared enough to be perfect robots, but comfortable enough to keep working. It's all mind games. So knowing all of this, should you use this new pilot feature? If you're in a market with this pilot like mine, I need you to be very, very careful. Here's my advice. Number one, if the store is permanently closed or clearly boarded up and you're 100% sure the hours are updated online, fine, use the button, take the easy win. Two, if it's a gray area, like a store closed early for a holiday or a handwritten sign on the door, honestly, I would be really cautious about using that button. To me, it screams disaster. I know it takes longer. I know it sucks, but honestly, I would still partner with support to make sure you're covering your butt. Get a human on the line, force them to look at the photo, about the handwritten sign, create a paper trail. Do not let an algorithm decide your fate on a store that's decided to be closed 20 minutes early on a Tuesday. And 3, if you use this button, always take your own photos with your own camera first and save them. If AI flags you later and you need that timestamp proof to fight the deactivation, you'll have it on your side. Look, technology is great until it isn't. This pilot could save you hours of time this year alone, or it can cost you a contract violation or deactivation. So look at this pilot. We have a choice between convenience or security. The only thing that matters is what's going into your banking account and keeping that account active so you can keep earning money. Only you know the risk is worth it to save the time. So, what do you think? Did this come to your market, first of all? And what do you think about this new pilot? Do you think it's going to be easier? Or do you think it's just another way of DoorDash trying to track your every single move and they're being a little sly about it? I need everyone to do me a favor. I need you to hit that thumbs up on the bottom if you found this breakdown helpful. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe because I do videos like this for DoorDash all the time. And speaking of, you're going to want to check this one out next. I'll see you over there.